Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you all this evening? I was trying to fix something. I guess I can't. I'm doing a short video rant this evening. Got a couple things to say. I get to do these. I was just telling my adopted sister, Deanna, I do live video feeds and so forth. And she's a YouTuber, she loves YouTube, listening to music and so forth. But first, I want to tell you a story. So this morning, it is after midnight. I'm trying to figure out how to activate this. I guess I'll have to restart my computer for it. But anyways, it won't bother me so much. Yeah, I can see it's almost 2. So what happened was I went to town this morning, right? I got to bed late. Chloe was panicking again about the government coming after. She's like, "Oh, the government's coming after me. This woman's working with the government." Well, so I was talking to someone who claimed that they had connections inside the government, blah blah blah, and so I gotta fill my wine glass up so I can tell you this rant. Okay, so first of all, I got out of bed this morning and I was up early. Moppy woke me up and he wanted to go potty. So I took him. Anyways, so what happened was Chloe gets up and she's dragging herself. I said, "Hey, time to get up. We got to get moving." She's like, all night, yesterday night, to Monday night or Tuesday night, she was masturbating. So she went to sleep in her room. It was just fine. Anyways, as TJ knows, Lexi and Gabby and Tara and Corey, she claims she's got persistent genital arousal disorder, which is for women only. So, anyways, today we get up, we decide to go out, and Chloe and I was supposed to take Moppy's cart with us, but there was no room in the in my sister Deanna's car. So we go and we go. Anyways, we go and we decide to get in. Her car didn't start. She had to get a battery, so she has to make sure her car starts. So she goes, and what happens is we were supposed to go to the grocery store, but her car won't start. So she calls AAA, and they're like, "Oh, it'll take an hour or two." So she's like, "Shit, I gotta wait for the 11 o'clock boat." Well, anyways, the neighbor gave her a ride, so she left the car engine on idle in the ferry lane. So we barely made it. We got on the ferry. Chloe starts throwing a timber tantrum. "Oh, I'm fucking hungry. I'm fucking hungry." So we go upstairs, and it costed me $30 for breakfast. I mean, it's not cheap. The ferry riding from Friday Harbor to Anacortes is free, but on the way back, you pay. So we get on, and she eats, and my main concern was I want to get the phone. So I went out and I got this. This is a 6.2-inch screen. It's got a pin on the bottom, it's not as nice as uh, uh, my family's. My family's phone, and so it's through Boost. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out all the settings. Um, I understand somewhere there's a uh, uh, I think it's network. Um, where I'm from, I think there's a way to turn on. Okay, so a Wi-Fi hotspot. I could tether this to my computer, so that I liked. And the phone cost me 129, not including the taxes. And I needed a phone for every day, and I wanted one of those nice ones. Everywhere I go, I see these people, these big phones, and I felt these little small 4-inch screens, 3-inch screens were pretty bad. So I went ahead and got this. Now I like it because it's just big. I mean, this thing is huge, and so um, then I find out my cousin Rob, Bob, Tara, and Corey. Tara and Corey picked up Galaxy Notes, and I don't even know how big the Galaxy Notes are. It was just like, you know, um, I should Google that real quick. Just out of curiosity, how big is the Note screen? Mine's 6.2, so um, here we go. So my cousin said the cash price for the phone is $1,000. So I was like, wow. So and 512. So they got the 128 gig. Um, so it's got a 12 megapixel camera. Mine's got 13 and 11, I believe, is what mine specs. Here we go. Then it's a quad HQ, so 6'2". So theirs is only a 6'4". So theirs is only 0.2 inches more. And Tara and Corey, if you're watching this, 129. And I don't need to pay. And it comes with the same thing. This is a Galaxy phone knockoff, and it's cheaper. Ha! So okay, so anyways, so let's get down to brass tacks. So we got off the ferry, and we got the ferry people jumped the car, and we drove to the smoke shop. Now, as you all know, I do dip. Well, skull cherry is my preferred flavor. Now, I don't like Copenhagen Southern Blend because you can't get it rolls. So I was just like, "Do you have any Southern Blend?" No, just continue. I said, "Oh, here's an email that shows." They didn't discontinue. Guys like, well, it doesn't sell here. And I go, oh, well, why don't you just tell the truth? He's like, uh, so one guy was like, wow, you guys told me they didn't have it, so I went a different brand. Well, I went in and I got 4 cans of dip. Well, 4 rolls. I mean, I was going to get 6. But anyways, here's the story. So Chloe says to me she has enough tobacco thanks to Shelby to get her through the month. Shelby doesn't want to roll because, rolling is boring and takes away her time with her kid. Now, I want to get technical before we get to the brass tacks fully. But anyways, Shelby wants $200 in booze. So I'm supposed to pick up alcohol for her. $200. And these are all $100 in ones. Yep. Go figure. See, look at this. Yeah, ducats of $1 bills. So she wants 200. I'm supposed to do it today, but there was no time, and I'll explain why. So I got to Walmart, and there was 4 people wanting cell phones. So I bought my phone, and I waited. Finally, this lady's like, "Well, I'm going to lunch. Can you do it?" And this guy's like, "I really don't like doing Boost, Sprint. So, because it's a pain." So we went ahead. He called me up and got me set up for a new service. Well, one of the reasons I needed the phone was Chloe packed a bag and she was going to go to the mental hospital. Well, anyways, while we're waiting to get the phone, Chloe, I soiled myself. I need panties. Well, I took $20 additional so I could give it to Deanna for her gas because she was going to Walmart anyways, but she was going to turn the car around at Walmart, drive us back to the ferry terminal. So she then goes back again down to Mount Vernon so she could go to a doctor's appointment. Well, on the phone, in the car on the ferry, she got a call from her probation person, and he ripped her a new one. She's just like, fuck it, because it's like, oh, you have to tell me who you're fucking sleeping, who your friends are, who's this. She's like, no, I'm not telling you. Fuck you. So she decided to basically get us to Anacortes' March's Point. That's the bus depot. That's where we got off, and Chloe's panicking. They're not going to let me ride the bus because I threw a book at you. And Deanna's like, dude, you need to get some help. I mean, literally, you need mental help. I mean, through a book. Now, for some of you out there, Chloe did call her mom on the ferry. We found a plug, and we charged this up. And then, her mom was like happy as hell that she called. She's like, oh, I thought you died or something. This whole spine thing on YouTube. And Chloe's like, no, everything's fine. We didn't have a phone for 6 months. Well, that's because, anger kicks in and breaks it. Well, this time I put insurance on this just in case. And that was a little why it raised it up a bit. But I got my phone. So I got this nice phone, big screen. My neighbor saw it. She's like, wow, this is so cool. You got a pin and you can do stuff with it. So anyways, it's got Gorilla Glass. So what happened was at Walmart, she went and got underwear, and then she bought the underwear, and then she went and put the underwear on. I said, now let's go and do our layaway setup. She had to go walk around the store, and then they got the phone set up, and I gave Dion the number, and she called me, and she said, hey, are you guys ready? I want to get going because of the time, and I got to get you back. Well, while we were waiting, because she had to get permission to have her battery tampered with because she's got an interlocking emission where she's got to blow into it even while she's driving the car to make sure she's not, and she's got a camera in the car. So the guy's like, oh, well, we're going to find out who those are, and we're going to check on them, a background check. And she's just like, go fuck yourself, go fuck yourself. You're not knowing who my friends are. So at Walmart, there's 4 associates in electronics. I had an old fart that didn't want to even listen to me when he's like, I basically said, do I look like a fucking sir? What are these? What are these? What are these? Are these fucking boobs? He couldn't say it. So I went to the general manager, and they're like, well, we'll talk to them. I said, I am a female. I'm not a sir. I am a fucking female. Well, then one of the managers saw me go in the bathroom and was looking through, the little slot, saw my vagina and didn't say anything more. I was like, oh, we insulted the wrong girl. So Chloe threw a temper tantrum at Walmart wanting Subway. While I was getting angry because I was sitting there saying, look, we might not have time. We were going over there when the phone rang, and I didn't hear it because the volume was low, my hearing. So all of a sudden, we get in the car, right? And she's throwing a fit about food. And Deanna's like, hey, we'll swing by Taco Bell and get you some. Well, instead of me usually getting like 2 $5 boxes or whatever, I said, give me just one, And so we got it. But anyways, while we were sitting there, right, what happened was we decided to go ahead and get the $5 box. Well, anyways, she wanted like 5 tacos. And she's like, "Oh, well, we're here in Numeric." So, anyways, let me replay what happened when we got off the ferry. She was arguing and talking about the government and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Deanna's like, "You need some help." She's like, "Well, I'm going to a mental hospital today." Well, anyways, we get to the smoke shop. I got my 4 rolls of dip. And she was throwing temper tantrum. She wanted a large box of a bag of tobacco and 4 boxes of tubes. I was like, fine, 4 boxes of tube and a large bag. Well, Deanna's like, you have a large bag. Why not, get a small bag? You up? So it just got on to repeat what I missed. Oh, hey, Jenna. I was just telling the story of what happened today, so I'll repeat it then. So, anyways, we got up early this morning, and it was freezing here on the island, and I saw steam coming from my mouth. And we finally, my neighbor went to town today, and we were on the ferry, and apparently, she's got to let them know. Her Department of Corrections officer knows she's not probation, where she's going, who she's having sex with, who she's hanging out with, etc. Well, anyway, she's got an interlocking thing that drained her battery, so she had to get a new battery, and so we went to Walmart. But anyways, what I was going to say was, so we got on the ferry, and Chloe threw a temper tantrum, as I said in the beginning, and she threw a temper tantrum and got, she was hungry. So the ferry, as I was saying, was expensive. We're talking, it cost me $30 for food. And yes, you and I both know ferry food isn't that good, and their breakfast stuff sucked. I got to try the breakfast sandwiches, and I was like, so, yeah, exactly. So we got off the ferry. We went over to the smoke shop, the Indian reservation, and we decided she wanted a small bag, then she wanted a large bag, then she wanted the medium bag, and they do small or large. So, a medium is actually small because the small bag's like this big. So what happened was she threw a fit, and then she wanted 4 boxes of tubes. So I said, okay, I got 4 boxes of tube, 4 cans of dip, rolls. 4 rolls. That's 5 cans per roll. And then the tobacco and the rolls. And then my neighbor is like, oh, you need to get some American Spirit cigarettes. Well, didn't know that it would cost $72. Back in the day, it would have been like $20 a carton on a reservation. $70. I was told that Marbs and Camels are about $60 a carton, even on a reservation. I'm like, for crying out loud. And then, I was telling my neighbor, didn't see this, $200 in $1 bills. Now, my friend Shelby wants booze. This is her booze money. She's like, go get me booze. So I didn't get to go to load up the car today because we went from the smoke shop to Walmart. Well, when in Walmart, and this was 2 hours after we ate, that we were in Walmart. And I went and I talked to an associate. I got my phone. If you haven't seen this is a stylus 4, which means the pin. Anyways, I got this. Now, my family, Corey and Tara, tonight, my moderators, they to buy Boost, 6.2-inch screen. They got one. They got the Note, which is the same phone bit pretty much, just 6.4 inches of screen, more space. This has 32 gigs of internal memory. Theirs is 128, but they paid $1,000 for each phone. Me, I paid $129 for this, and it's a quad core. And I really do like this phone. So Chloe called her mom, and I'll get to that in a minute. Chloe's mom thought I murdered her. And when she found out that Chloe was actually alive, even though Chloe's been on video, she stopped watching vids because she didn't want to be served a notice for harassment, So anyways, while I was at Walmart waiting for the battery to be changed over, Deanna's battery, I went, there's 4 sales associates, 1 person working to do phones. So I had to wait in line. So there was like 4 others, and then me. Well, once the phone was got and set up, I was like, okay, time to do my Christmas layaway. Told the guy what I wanted, he didn't listen. Told the ladies, they didn't listen. Well, anyways, I found her and I said, hey, we're going to get something to eat since I have to feed her because she's throwing a temper tantrum. Well, she got mad and she was talking about walking from Walmart with her bag she packed to go to the regional medical center, which has a psych ward on its site, to be evaluated, to get back on meds, to get Social Security, to get cash assistance. And so then she sat there, and my friend Deanna's like, hey, Chloe, you need some serious help. You think the government's after you. You think the police is after you. You think the sheriff's after you. You think the other sheriff's after you. You think the one neighbor is a criminal. It works with the FBI, Secret Service, NSA, and U.S. Marshal Service. You need some help. And you just threw a fit in front of me again about food. Well, we didn't get to Subway. I was going to try their Chipotle steak sandwich. So anyways, we got in the car, right? And I told Chloe, we'll come back to Walmart tomorrow. Well, anyways, what happened was after that, Jenna, was she threw a fit about being hungry. So Deanna took time and drove up, and I gave her some money, even though I had 20 get taken out for gas. So she was going to get us back to the ferry terminal. Instead, Chloe needed that 20 to go buy panties because she soiled herself. She doesn't wear one pair of panties. She wears 3 to conceal her stuff. Me, I only wear 1. So, and I didn't even get the time today to go over to get the equipment, Jenna, for the douching. I mean, like you recommended, hon. I didn't even get that. So anyways, we get to March's Point. That's the bus station because we didn't have time to go further because Deanna has 2 mental appointments and she has to follow through with the DOC thing. Then she's got 2 other appointments. So she was going to be back late. So we went through Taco Bell drive-thru. Chloe got 5 tacos. And I got one of those Crunchwrap boxes with no lettuce and tomato. And, whatever. Anyways, what happened was she wolfs down her food. I said, put mine in my backpack so I can eat it when we get to where we're going. Because I can't just juggle setting the phone up what I needed to it. So I was drinking a Mountain Dew Baja Blast. That's all I was drinking. She was like, I don't eat. So that costed me money. Well, anyways, when we get to the ferry terminal, we had about 90 minutes to kill. So she was throwing a fit. I want a cigarette. I want a cigarette. So she asked all these people around her for a lighter. None of them had a lighter. She's like, what the fuck? So she goes into the, I need a lighter. And they're like, where's our, we don't sell lighters here. We don't condone smoking. She comes out. So finally, she goes and opens a can of dip. And, she's earlier, it was like, you give me a can of dip or else. So we got on the ferry after I went and bought the tickets, and we found a plug, and I plugged it in, and she threw a fit again about food. Well, think of it this way. I didn't eat anything since that morning. I didn't eat 8 hours apart for ferry. So I grabbed 2 sausages, not that good, made with beer, their beer brats, infused with Men's Room beer, which Men's Room is Elysian out of Seattle. And I got a couple hard ciders, made in Yakima, Rambling Route cider. And then I drank them down and wolfed them down, and she's on the phone to her mom. And her mom's happy to hear from her, Chloe, and stuff. So we get done, and Chloe, we had spots where we couldn't upload, we couldn't do this or that on the ferry because the LTE, the 4G or LTE was spotty at best, so we weren't getting connection. So we get home and we get about 2/3 of the way home, and Chloe's like ranting and raving about this and that, and I said, hey, we're not going to get to the marketplace because I want to get some more wine. And so we didn't get wine, and then we went home. She was on the phone, and then afterwards she fixed herself. Well, when I got home, I went straight to the neighbor, and I gave Belle, that's a 2-year-old girl, I bought a baby orca for her a little stuffed orca today at the souvenir shop. It wasn't cheap. It was cheap, but it wasn't bad priced. And I got Eli, the transgender, the other one, the 4-year-old, a little orca too. Well, Eli's mom, Shelby's one wants all the booze with all this money here, and I didn't get it, and she's just like, oh, no problem. Well, she was gonna take the four triple double crunch wraps from Taco Bell and eat them on my YouTube channel. She's a beautiful girl. Anyways, I joked with her. I said, yeah, you're probably gonna eat them at home when I bring them. She just laughed and said, yeah. But anyways, she was kind of disappointed because Chloe was throwing a fit because we got to pay Shelby for the internet still, and because of it, what happened was she was throwing a fit about, I need to take $72 out of this ducat, this 200s all-in-ones, to pay for the cigarettes I got for Shelby because Shelby wanted a carton of smokes. And you know how expensive that is, Jenna. So anyways, Chloe was supposed to call the pharmacy and make sure her meds are in. But we have a pharmacy here on the island that would just get her meds for her. You know, all you have to do is walk over there, etc., etc. Well, anyways, so what happened is she threw a fit tonight. What happened was is after I took the orcas, I went in and had some wine and getting a little tipsy, and Chloe, of course, got mad. She's like, I'm hungry. So, did I mention she demanded my debit card, which right here, and when I went and gave her my wallet, she took the debit card out through the wallet. Almost ended up in the Straits of Juan de Fuca off a ferry terminal. She was that angry, and I was like, hey, that could have, it didn't happen. So, anyways, again, at home, she grabbed my card and was throwing a temper tantrum. And I said, hey, pay attention. The neighbor hasn't eaten today, and she'll pay us back, but she needs a Maria Callender's pot pie. Well, Chloe wanted to go and get sausages for herself, so she spent like $8 on these premium sausages and gets me 2 packages of little Smokies. I told her, if you're doing little Smokies, make sure you do freaking cheese ones. I like the cheese. A little extra salty, bad for my heart. But anyways, so she leaves and goes and does it. Well, my neighbor, when I gave the orca to Belle, her mom, wanted before I got tipsy to give her a break for an hour and take outside our apartment. We have a playground, so take her outside and let her play on the swings and stuff. So 2-year-old got her swings, and I'm like, swinging her faster and faster. She's like, faster, Rita, faster. And so, and she calls me Peta, and there's a girl that's called Pam who's called Ham. Like Hammy, Hammy. So. Anyway, so back to the story. So she threw a fit, and I'm like, fine, just give me cheese little smokes. So anyways, by the time that she got back, Maricela texted and called, and so came by and said, hey, do you have my pot pie? And Chloe says, oh, yeah, here's your pot pie. I'm so sorry. She's like, Rita's passed out. Well, I didn't hear anything. I got a message. It was like, Rita, you passed out. You drank too much, girl. Well, I passed out. So when I woke up around midnight, 12:55, Chloe is sitting and fixing herself again, and I said, we got to do stuff tomorrow. And she threw a fit, and I said, you could get your meds right here on the island. It would be cheaper than us to pay $21 for 2 people. My rate's $6.85 with a Medicare card for traveling on the ferry. It's the discount. So what happened, Jenna, was she was like, I'm not gonna masculinize. You're a bastard. I'm a real woman. You're not. You're just a man with fake tits and a vag, and on and on and on. So I'm like, listen, Moppy's got to go. I'm going outside. Well, she's like, lately she's been sleeping next to me, all worried, police and the sheriff and everything else coming after. That's what Deanna said, pack a bag, we'll drop you off at the hospital. And Rita's got a phone. You can just have the social worker call Rita. Well, Chloe doesn't want her medical records getting out because of, it states in there, from all her records, how much financial abuse she's done, how this or that. I mean, she failed the Social Security Administrative Law Judge hearing. So, so what happened so she was saying that I'm a bastard because I want her to masculinize. No, I mean, I basically looked at her tonight and I said, listen, we still haven't paid our electric or our rent yet you want me to fork out more money to go back over to Anacortes to get your meds. Not counting, I got to go to fucking Walmart again to do layaway because those people weren't going to cater to me when it comes to layaway. So what happened is I had to go back today. Well, today's the 4th, so I have to get on the ferry, go take the bus down, and I got to go. And earlier this morning, she threw a fit about the whole food thing, about how the grocery store's got this deli, and you go in there and they do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but they do themes. Now, breakfast is the same, get your eggs, your bacon, your sausage, you put in a little box, you take it with you, a big box. But we didn't have time, so the ferry was, let's just say, accessible, and so, it's, as well as I do, Jen, it's expensive. So, so tonight she just called me a bastard and everything. And she's like, well, I don't want to hear it. Well, the neighbor came by and she's like, hey, Chloe, you should have went to the mental hospital. You really need some help. You can't keep calling Rita a bastard. Well, she's like, Rita wants me to be a man. And she's like, no, Rita wants you to get well. Well, Chloe basically told her again, when the mini husband kicked me out early, the last one, because the insurance. So, when I got the phone, I was on the phone in the car, and I spoke to the hospital directly, and I have access. So I was like, what gives, and me and Deanna basically found out that she didn't give her meds, take meds. She refused meds, and she refused her medical record. So they had to put unknown in everything and said she has some disability, but they can't put autistic spectrum disorder. So they just put Asperger's, which is a form of autism spectrum disorder. But the problem is they don't think she has it. So, so she, of course, threw a fit about us calling, and it was like we had to inquire about the insurance. They're like, well, we gave her 4 days for talk therapy. We gave her open window for her to get meds, and because of it, the insurance said, well, if you're not going to take meds and you're not going to manage meds and you're not going to release your files, we're not going to be paying for you to spend 2 weeks there to get stabilized like you have been in the past. We're not paying. So, and then, the hospital said, well, we did send her a place to go for therapy. Well, the guy won't take her insurance, Jenna, because she's in Grant County still on Medicaid, and we're in San Juan County. So you do the math, sweetheart, basically. So because I contacted her, and we changed over her address 3 weeks ago with DSHS, it wasn't in our system. So we did it again recently. Still is not registered. Then the social worker basically registered it, and so he's like, check your mailbox. Well, anyways, the whole thing about Medicaid is as soon as everything gets transferred to the Mount Vernon DSHS, we can actually go in there and get Medicaid changed. So right now it's on Grant. Well, the Grant or North Central Behavioral Organization doesn't want to pay for her hospitalizations. So, unless she's on meds and she follows through with treatment. So she's not very diligent. I mean, Deanna, got I don't remember what it was, but it was basically like probation and going through classes and everything else. She's got some anger issues and other things, but nothing major, but she's got probation. So apparently, Jenna, that because of it, that she's got to follow through diligently with her treatment plan, which she is. Now, Chloe, of course, isn't. So Deanna's like, Chloe, you're not going to change. I mean, look, you basically demand Rita to take her and you to town tomorrow, not to get groceries, but to get your hormone blocker. You could get it on the island, and you don't have to spend money to basically take a ferry. So, with her throwing a fit about food all day and then basically throwing more food. And then when I did wake up, there was a plate of little Smokies, not the cheese ones, found that there was no cheese. And the little Smokies were burnt. I absorbed some of the booze, the wine. But anyways, I'm supposed to go to town tomorrow to do nothing but a booze run, but I don't really want to lug several bottles of vodka, several cases of Mike's, and several boxes of wine all the way home. Moppy's cart's only limited on weight, so I'd have to make multiple trips, which, because of it, I might have to just buy a bottle of vodka here and a bottle of vodka there and leave, and get groceries and just do multiple trips because, with this amount of money, right? There is no way in hell I can tap into it to cover my ferry expenses just to go get her booze. It's all allocated for booze. So, I got to work around it. But on this island, it's expensive. So, I mean, Chloe has a right, Jenna, to make the statement, and you probably do too, that if I'm going to be paying $72 a carton, then it should just be payment for the internet. Instead, it's like, oh, that's not a bad price here. I'm going 20 years ago, it was a lot cheaper than now. But, it's just, Chloe says I'm being taken advantage, but, taking advantage of Shelby, taking advantage of Maricela, taking advantage yet. Even Deanna says I've been taking advantage of Maricela and Shelby. But what is Chloe doing? I mean, literally, Chloe's mom basically told her today, and you've heard the story, I think, on my channel, where what warranted Chloe to go into the mental hospital last time, she had a break. First thing she did August 31st was she threw a book at my head. And on a transit bus. Bus driver didn't know if she should call the law or basically let it go. They let it go. And then the second thing happened 4 days later. She met a guy at the library 3 weeks previous, and she fell in love with the guy. He's a 22-year-old African-American kid. And he had his hands on her ass and her boobs and, in public out. And when I told Chloe, hey, I'm right here, she's like, shh, you have Shelby. Well, Shelby's making food in her restaurant. Shelby, because we went to her restaurant to eat. And Shelby's like, what? So, so all the way from Shelby's restaurant to the grocery store, make out kid said, hey, are you going to tell him that you are born a former man? Chloe says, born both. Unfortunately, Jenna, when he found out, it's like, oh, you got a nice ass. You're a real woman. I said, what am I? Oh, you're a man. You're a man. I mean, move out of the way, puppy. And so finally, Chloe basically broke down on the way home. It was in the middle of the street. So we got her out 6 days later from the time she was making out with this kid, Jenna. She ended up back in a mental hospital for 4 days. And while she was there, she made sure before she left to ban the kid because she doesn't want to lose me. Well, anyways, when it comes to her mom, now let's go to her mom. Her mom said, listen, Chloe, you basically pretty much are acting like your dad and, making out with another person, and Rita's hurting her. Well, when Chloe doesn't get what she wants, she basically is like, I'm going to leave. Well, I'm like, okay, take off. You're going to walk all the way to the mental hospital. You need it. Well, then she turns around. Then, so in Deanna's car, Deanna had my food. Well, Deanna said it didn't look good last night when she came home, so she tossed it, but I lost my lunch. And so, between me going and getting booze and then me and, for Shelby, and then Shelby wants to take this for a triple double crunch wrap challenge and eat it on YouTube. The problem with Shelby is now she wants to eat them at home. And so Chloe's like, saying I'm being taken advantage of. I mean, literally. And then like today, she's like, "Wait, I'm not gonna go. I'm not buying any groceries. I'm gonna go hungry. It's all your fault, Rita." It's like, so you want to accuse me of not letting you eat because you have a lot of food stamps and you're not going to tap into them all because I won't go to Anacortes. That's where the ferry gets off. And to go to Safeway by bus, which will cost us $3 for an all-day pass just to go get your hormone blocker. Well, I'm a woman. I'm a real woman. Yeah, so tonight, she was arguing with me and she's like, well, tell me I'm a bastard. And neighbors are like, hey, keep it down. It's late. Hey, quit treating Rita like crap. And finally, I went outside to have a dip and make sure Moppy emptied himself. And while I was at it, I thought, I'll just do a video in online for you all. But Chloe, she just went straight to sleep. She's like, well, I'm depressed. Well, so am I. I mean, literally, I'm depressed because, I didn't expect $72 for a carton of cigarettes. Secondly, I didn't expect to go and buy 2 sets of fairy foods. The second set is because I didn't get my Taco Bell because I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but I didn't eat. She's like, and then all of a sudden, I better get her food too on the ferry or else. So with me, I should have just said, or else what, but I mean, I can't just keep funneling money to, different things, Jenna. I mean, literally, so I got home, I got a little tipsy afterwards and was listening to Chloe talk to her mom, and her mom, assumed I was abusing her, but instead it's like, her mom's like, you gotta get mental help. Well, because of the whole cash assistant thing, and I'll go on this for a second. Yesterday's rant was either she gets mental help by 5 o'clock on the 3rd, or she loses cash assistance. Well, she thinks it's just going to be like this, and she'll get back on it. But no, you got to go to the Social Security office, reapply. They got to confirm it, and while they're waiting, then they make you go through a psych eval and all this crap. Then they got to work with Social Security, and then it takes 4 months. So Chloe's like, wow, I'll just go to Portland or Phoenix and get a job. Her mom's like, you can't work. I mean, look, you can, but you can't. You got to have the motivation. You don't have the motivation, and yet you're using Rita anyway. So when it comes to her, like TJ says, Tara J, it's like fraud. And, you can see it because, she wants a cash assistance, but she doesn't want to go to outpatient care. So, and the person she's supposed to see won't see her because he doesn't take Medicaid from Grant County. He's got to take Medicaid from Juan County. And Juan County has certain medical providers, so with that, and on top of that, he's got to go through a PCP to get a referral because she's been hospitalized so much that they put her on a program where the PCP has to do everything. So technically, but Jenna, I will give you my phone number in a private message if you ever want my number, because like I said, I'm very excited about my phone. But yeah, you're right. She is always hungry for some reason. I haven't set voicemail up yet. I'm just too lazy, but I needed a phone just for that. I mean, I just hope she doesn't disassemble, my phone, because she got a phone in April, and for herself, it was an LG, and she disassembled it and crushed it, all because she was afraid that the government was listening in on her conversations through the microphone, And so, and go get you some glasses. Oh yeah, I needed to do that. I went into Walmart today, hon, and there was like 4 people there and only 1 person working, and I needed to find out about it. Chloe's like, well, we're going back tomorrow, so you can come back tomorrow. Well, every time I delay getting Christmas layaway, I have to bend over backwards for someone. It's like either fairy food or food out or this or that. And so with me, I went, when I got tipsy last night, I went to sleep for a while. And when I got up, it was just all about, you want me to be a man. You want me to be a man. And my neighbor, my old neighbor, my sister Shelly, who lives next to me in my old place, she basically said, and you probably will agree with this, Jenna, that Chloe is too mentally unstable. Yet, how she got the letters, I don't know. She's too mentally unstable for a sex change. And she thinks anyone who's autistic shouldn't have a sex change because they don't know what they're doing and more likely, etc. I mean, look, Chloe's showing signs of paranoid schizophrenia, yet they're not diagnosing it. So they're diagnosing it bipolar 2 or borderline, and she doesn't have any of those because I had a psychiatrist look into it and a psychologist. I paid money for out of my own pocket, and they're like, no. So no one truly knows why Chloe does what she does. I mean, if she made my glasses disappear, that's a different story because I've looked everywhere. My gloves just went missing. And Chloe says, ew, you drink too much, so you forgot them. I didn't forget my freaking gloves. All I'm doing is going, where is my gloves, And so, what is that over there? These keep falling out, But yeah, you get the idea, Jen. I gotta get glasses. I gotta get new gloves and all these things. It's like, Deanna is wondering if she's doing all this on purpose, Literally. I mean, gloves for winter? Yeah. My gloves for winter went missing. I wore them the other day, and then they just vanished like a fart in the wind, just like my glasses. So Deanna's wondering if it's either me forgetting where I put them, which I've checked everywhere, or two, if it's Chloe, because half the time my keys, this is my house keys, by the way, comes with this little thingy, tells me where it is. It says RNC, Rita and Chloe, and yet half the time these keys go missing. And so, it's like, I have to put them in places I know where they are. And then if I know they're there and they go missing, I go, hey, Chloe. She's like, like the other day, she had my keys for 24 hours because she forgot to give them back because I'm the only one with a key for the laundry room, So technically, when it comes to, to it, it's like, And then, by the way, I want to share something with you all, including you, Jenna, since you're watching this. This phone is supposed to be in the hands of Chloe. I'm only supposed to use it. It's supposed to be in her hands all the time for listening to music and making the Chloe happy. Whatever happened to making the Rita happy? I got to get a pair of noise-canceling headphones so I can use it to stream music and stuff. But, no, I can't. I'm not allowed it. So, but yeah, anyways, it's just been a hassle, and so I want to get layaway started, but, honestly, I still got to get the rent money and I got to get the electric bill covered, then everything else is done, but Chloe just does not want me to do anything, Jenna, it's like, I just spent $163 just for a freaking, cigarettes, tobacco. Big bag for Chloe, 4 boxes of tubes, 4 rolls of dip for me, and a carton of smokes. And so I have to get the rest done. And, one of the rants is that, one of the rants is, does she have any common sense? Her mom says you have to pay your fair share. She's like, I don't get enough. No, she's not helping. She got state assistance, and what she does with her state assistance, either buy food, buy dresses, or whatever. She just bought a hoodie dress recently. She bought 6 hoodie dresses from H&M, and like 4 at um, Forever 21 and, like Rue 21 type thing. And then, um, that's it. And then with me, I've been paying. She did put 20 towards last month's bill on the electric bill because we were 20 behind and we didn't want to do it. But, the thing is, you know, um, but yeah, and then when you bring up, bills, it's like, I'm a bastard. You're a bastard. You need to do this. You're a bastard. So to me, I think, honestly, I'm being treated like I'm a man with fake tits and a vag because she needs to be, you have to call her Queen Bee, Your Royal Highness, Royal Majesty, or Master. She doesn't like Master because when I say yes, Master in public, she's like, I'm not Master. So, but the thing is it's like, the Bible says, you have to carry others' burdens. But, like tonight, I was going to go sign myself into a mental hospital myself because honestly, Jenna, I've told myself, and even Chloe's mom basically knows that she can drive someone insane. And yet, my point is I told Chloe I might check myself and she says, fine, do it. No one gives a shit about you. All because she wants her male hormone blocker, but she doesn't want to pay $13.50 for a ferry ticket for herself, which she can do. She's got the money. I think she's got the money. If she doesn't, she's like, like yesterday, as I said yesterday, or the day before yesterday, we went shopping and she wanted to go and check out stuff and go down to the pier. Well, when we were there Tuesday, it was Mexican and they had their Mexican theme out for the day, and there's nothing that appealed to me. So Chloe's like, well, I'm not going to get it if you don't eat anything. Well, then we went and looked at frozen pizzas and stuff. They wanted like $11 on this island for that. And then I went and looked at macaroni salad, which was like $9 for a big thing. They don't have small. So, and the deli doesn't have mac salad. They could just pull out and then go, and so it's expensive. So she goes out of the pier and eats, which is fine by me. And then my gloves go missing. And so on the way home, I'm like, here's my glove, And so, because, it's getting to the point where I need to wear gloves and a scarf, and, the real reason is, I'm worried. And yet it's like no common sense or remorse. I mean, my neighbor thinks, Deanna thinks like Shelly, not Shelby. I said Shelly, former neighbor. I talked to Shelly today, and Shelly's just like, yeah, Chloe's a dude in a dress. Maybe Chloe should just come out and be homo because she was making out with that guy. And, and Mia, and it hurt me. But, the guy wants to buy her dresses, wants to do everything. I said, why don't you just move in with him? Well, she doesn't want to do that. So technically now it's like, maybe I chose the wrong thing. Maybe I should go back to this guy. And it's like, whatever you want, just, you can't have it your way. I mean, you can't just go to fucking Taco Bell or Burger King and have it your way. I mean, it's not easy, but this rant was basically a mini rant about, the whole ordeal, I mean, we didn't have time to do a layaway. That's what I'm bitching about. She's just freaking sitting there, and every time I turn around, it's, and then Maricela basically said, I'm not the problem, it's Chloe. I mean, literally, Maricela basically got an earful today because Chloe basically says I'm being taken advantage by her and Shelby. And Shelby, she's just like, oh, the stuffed orca for Ellie? Okay. Oh, my cigarettes? Okay, thanks. And I'm like, well, would you like to have a glass of wine with me? I've had a busy, tough day and I got to go out tomorrow. Nope. So Chloe's just like, you're being used. You're being abused, Yes, actually I am. I'm drinking some wine. I mean, I filled this glass up. It's only, in the last 54 minutes, I've only drinking half of it. I mean, that's, but yeah, I got a box wine and it wasn't too bad price wise, so I was happy. But I got a feeling, Jenna, that I'm going to have to get up off my ass in the morning, wash up again, get dressed, and then take the ferry all the way to go get her spironolactone because of that because she won't have it filled in uh, here on the island. And then on top of that, talking about spironolactone for a minute, that she's like, well, you don't need Sperona, so you want me to masculinize. It's like, no, I'm just thinking about the price of ferry tickets. I mean, you can get a lot of resources over here and you don't have to do much. I mean, literally, she's so paranoid about her medical records getting out there that she turns around, Jenna, and hasn't even seen a new primary care physician, which she can't do till Medicaid transfers, but she hasn't even tried to find a PCP out here. Oh, that's my job. Oh, it's my job. Oh, it's my job. Me, I'm going to go off island to go to, primary care when the time comes, because I hear the clinic care is pretty bad and everything else is pretty bad too. So, just so you know, if you did message me, I should give you my cell number, because currently the live chat. Oh no, there is a pharmacy on the island. Like I said, I was gonna say there's the live chat just disappeared. It disappeared from it. But no, there is a pharmacy on the island she can use. She just wants to use Safeway, and I'm just like, get it done on the island. You can do it. They charge the same amount with your Part D coverage or your medicine coverage, but no, she wants to have it Safeway. And then, like I said, she wants to go to town tomorrow. She wants to go to Kmart and Target. That's like, I really don't need. Oh, so here's the thing. I offered her. This is the funny thing. Okay, Jenna. I offered her a ticket, a ferry ticket to go by herself, and she threw a shit fit. She's so paranoid that the FBI or the Secret Service or the U.S. Marshal Service or the NSA or the local police are going to pick her up for whatever reason. That she's paranoid to the point that she wants me to go with her everywhere. Oh, I know, exactly. That's why, like today I wanted to get a phone. I could have ordered it online and had it mailed to me and called up and got a new number. But, I went in because Deanna was going in, and, Deanna also said to Chloe to pack a bag because Chloe's going to be gone a couple weeks for a mental hospital. But then Deanna basically turned and said, Chloe, if you're not really going to, what was that word? Commit to their recommendation of treatment, which includes medications, and you're just wasting their time, our time, Rita's time, my time, state's time, and the money's time. So Chloe just was like, wow, the insurance threw me out after 4 days because they didn't want to pay, and they said no more hospitalizations. So, and Jenna, the taxpayers paid like $25,000 for an ambulance ride from the ambulance to get the ferry, pick Chloe up to take the ferry, and then the driver to the mental hospital that they sent her in Snohomish County. And so it was expensive. And the caseworker's like, oh, well, there's another waste of money. And I'm going, eh. So, and I'm not going to go all the way to Anacortes just for that. I mean, look, in my opinion, it's a waste of my time just to go load up Moppy's cart to go get booze when I'm not going to be getting any booze myself. All I get is ducats of ones. And then I'm supposed to take my time again next week to go and get that done. Talking about another small rant, another waste of money is I want to get my layaway taken care of. And I was planning to go Tuesday. Well, Chloe refuses to go Tuesday because Maricela wants to go, because Maricela's got to go to a couple places, and she's putting in housing applications so she can move. She doesn't want to be on this island anymore, and so she wanted to go, but she has no money and I'm going. So she's like, can you just get my ferry ticket back with her and bus fare? And I was like, being polite, saying, sure. Well, Chloe threw a fit and said, well, yeah, now we got to take you. We got to take you to lunch. We got to do this. We got to do that for you. And then you're using and abusing Rita. And you're using her as a babysitter. You're using her for this. You're using her for that. And Chloe basically snapped tonight. So Maricel's like, you need to get your Chloe under control, And then, she at first said to me that I needed to support Chloe. And it's like, I can't support Chloe. I mean, look, $30 for breakfast, $30 for lunch, cost me $15 at Taco Bell, not including, the underwear today, and then dinner, which she didn't even bring me a receipt. She got Little Smokies for me, a pot pie for Maricela, and some Cajun-style sausages, which are probably like $8 on the island. So it's like Andalous Cajun-style sausage. If you look in the trash can, yeah, see, Cajun-style Andalous. I didn't eat those. I woke up to waking up to burnt Little Smokies. So, and so, because I went to sleep, but it was like, if she doesn't get her way, she throws a fit. And I told her at the ferry, I said, look, the neighbors are right. You're throwing a temper tantrum over a fucking lighter. So I put the lighter in my pocket, and then I put the lighter in my bag, and then you pulled it out to use it, and yet it goes missing. Well, Deanna brought it to me, but the thing is, she threw a fit over a fucking lighter. I'm sorry to say, but I don't need that type of fucking headache where someone's throwing a fucking shit fit over a fucking lighter. You don't see me complaining. I'm going, so with me, I'm sitting here today going, I got to get the rent covered and the electricity, but no, I got to go cater to someone and go to any queries for the med. So I said, hey, here's a happy medium. I'll give you a ticket. You go get it. I don't know. I need you. I don't want to have the government pick me up and send me off to the pokey. Well, as the neighbors all said, if the police were going to do something, they would have done it a long time ago and said, I'm the one that got supposedly arrested, which didn't happen. Other things happened, didn't happen. Then we moved out here. But she's so afraid, and she claims that she's more female than me, more female than Lexi, more female than Gabby. Gabby gave birth, more female than TJ, more female than you, more female than my neighbors who gave birth. And yet she claims she's got this masturbation problem, which is a super hyper arousal disorder, which is symptoms of schizophrenia, but at the same time, she claims it's persistent genital arousal disorder. So if you see that, I'm basically sitting there getting pretty much bad headaches from all this. And so, and by the way, Jenna, just so you know, another reason why I was going to check into the mental hospital myself was I'm not sleeping well. I mean, last night when I got home and I finally got rest after being tipsy, I had the movie ready to go. As I told my sister, Teddy Bear, that's my sister, my biological sister, I basically passed the fuck out. And when I got up, it was burnt sausages. And I was, like I said, I was just tired as hell. I mean, literally. And then, by the way, she did tell me I am dilating in the proper place because she looked at closely and she says, yeah, you're sticking in the right hole. So if they think that's your pee hole, there's a problem, Yeah, and, so, but yeah, like I said, I wanted, just leave a memo for everyone. But yeah, like, between you and I, I'm just, well, not between you and I, the whole world can see this, so I'm going to leave it up. I actually, like I said, I'm not been sleeping well lately. I mean, literally, I'm not sleeping at fucking all. I mean, if it's not comforting her because she thinks the sheriff's out to get her, the government, It's other issues. I hear her all the time. I'm a bastard. I want sex with Shelby. Oh, I want sex with Maricela. I want sex with the manager. Oh, I want this. I want that. It's like, when will this fucking end? Giving those letters should be happy that she's this close to getting surgery, but now I gotta look for hair removal places. It's like, can't she do something for herself? I went ahead and I deep cleaned all the hall and the kitchen pretty much. I just got to wipe down the counters again. And yet, her mom's like, "Are you doing any chores?" Yeah. Are you helping? Yeah. What's your point of being there? You should basically get off your ass and do something. Yeah. 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 I even offered to send her out of state on my own birthday and Christmas money to get her a job or help her get on her feet somewhere else because, I'm not sleeping well. Literally, all I hear all the time is, "Am I going to lose cash assistance? Am I going to lose cash assistance?" And then when we finally proved it this morning, she fucking like, "I'm going down mental hospital. I'm going down mental hospital." And then she chickens out and says something like, you know, Jenna, she chickens out. So, yeah. So, and then when I proved there's no cash assistance because I showed her, visual proof, she's just like, "Oh, well, I can apply it next week or something. Next week. But anyways, I should message you my phone number if you want to talk sometime. Well, I gave Lexi my number already, so I'm just quite happy to report, that otherwise all is well. I'm gonna have to get off my ass, I guess, tomorrow. Just bend over and take it again. Literally, when will this actually stop? Literally, she won't even realize it's or else. I'm not going to sleep in the bed with you. That's fine. Don't need you to. I'm not going to eat anything from you. That's fine. I buy my own groceries. I'm going to go hungry. Well, that's your prerogative. Go for it. There's nothing I can do about it. Manager wants the rent. Let's get the rent, So let me refill this. Everything is a waste of money, you buy booze, you piss it out. You eat food that you buy for nutrition, you crap it out. Or you piss it out, depending. So it's just a continual cycle. You rent everything. You buy a new phone, you think it's yours, and really you're just renting it. So, anyways, as you can see, my wine bag, as I call it, good old wine, only half, so I guess I didn't drink all of it, but still. So what I do is I basically will, so forth and so on. But anyways, I mean, I really truly like this phone. That's why I wanted it, And I was gonna do it on layaway, but with me needing phone service to call doctors and other things, for me just to go ahead and get the phone early. So, but yeah. Anyways, um, so as you all know, now you know the whole story. That basically, the whole or else thing, or this or that, or if I don't do this or that, and I mean, Chloe was looking at a computer, right? And I don't want to basically say it's stupid, but Chloe's mom's watching this. You might laugh at Chloe because you have a daughter. It seems it's is more likely a blonde bimbo or a brunette bimbo who basically thinks their computer is still more powerful than the Lenovo that I just looked at today that was half the price that she paid, and it's more advanced. Her system is 4 years old. This one's a newer model with better graphics, better everything. She's like, it's not as good as mine. Mine was $500. Well, I looked at a $500 one with a 17-inch screen today. That's better than my 2-year-old laptop. And again, I was thinking, I should buy that for my birthday present, or, et cetera, et cetera. So with me, I got to call up. I need to check on that because it kind of bothered me on what's going on. I was going to buy a TV at Walmart yesterday, and yet I couldn't do it because of, they didn't have what they had. They had everything else. Oh, I saw a TV, right? That was badass. I mean, this thing was awesome, right? And it was awesome, but they wanted like $4,000 for it, $4,000. And so I was looking at TVs, right? And anyways, I was looking at TVs, and Chloe's just like, wow, they don't have this one. It's $200 less, but you get a 65-inch TV. I'm thinking, you gotta be joking, right? Here's the, oh yeah, I looked at the 32-inch today, and I was looking at the 32-inch, and I was looking at the 55-inch, and she's just like, that's a good price. You should get that one. I also looked at a 43-inch TV too. I think Eli, but that's just a little more money, and I was like, for real? So, let's see. 32-inch TV. I'm just checking the in-stock ability because I got to call them anyways in the morning and just like, hey, you guys you don't have that TV, and I'd like to know why. I mean, they have a 65-inch in, but they don't have a 70-inch in. So, let's see, in stock $478. See, that's affordable if I want a new 55-inch, but I already got a 55, so why not go with this 70, But it says in stock, so, if there's one left, where the hell is it? I didn't see it, so I want to do that on layaway. So that was one of my priorities yesterday. But again, there's two stock for that 43-inch. I mean, a 32 for a 4-year-old that'd be like a good present. 50 inches, $398 in stock. A 48-inch is, so, hold on. Yep. So and then I went to look up games, and I'm telling you, it was awesome when I saw 24-inch. Okay. So anyways, like I said, my wine glass is filled. My wine bag's half filled. I'm gonna have to make some decisions, so I'm gonna have to take Moppy out again soon. But like I said, so last night, let's just talk about Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. I went ahead and I ordered my papers. The people that want the wedding, they want me to do it in another part of the state for free because it costs money for them to pay for the ferry. So they're saving they want to save $700 by skipping the ferry and the hotel fee. So I'm supposed to have my papers delivered within 3 to 5 days. Return, it'll be another 3 to 5. So, in the end, it'll work out. And then I ordered a game. It's limited edition. And Chloe threw a fit. It was like, what about me? And then I went ahead and ordered the hoodie dress, and then on top of all this, okay, I told Shelby I'd pick up a memory expansion, so she played Donkey Kong 64 for the 64, so I got the memory expansion. She finally made the decision on that, but she didn't tell me if she wanted a home style thing or whatever. So when I asked her specifically about the Sonic collection, do we wait for it to be on the Switch, or do we just buy a little plug and play box? She says, let's just wait for the Sonic collection. So I was like, so we're just waiting for the Sonic collection, but you get the idea. So, but yeah, anyways, there's your update. Basically, I got to make a decision. Do I get up, take the ferry in? Do I go to sleep? Do I, take the 8 o'clock boat in and just go to Layaway and get it done and buy booze and then go by Safeway and get more booze? Or do I wait? I mean, I haven't even checked the Safeway ad for this week. That's the thing, I usually go to Safeway and check their ad, and I didn't even get to do that because today's the new day, and yet, at the same time, you don't have, it says store locator. Okay, I want the weekly ad. Let's just check the weekly ad out, because I always look at the weekly ad. I tried to send the weekly ad last week to Shelby because I was going to go, and I'm telling you, let's just say between you and I, it was just so expensive. Okay, so I'm looking at this. Let's see, beef boneless New York's, half sliced pork chops. All right, that's not a bad deal for pork chops. No, let's see. Chips are on sale. Moo's on sale. Yeah, I can see myself buying some Moo just because I'm one of these. Oh, New York. All right, let's just skip to the meat department. That's what I like. I like meat, basically. There we go. All right, so for meat, I guess they don't have any meat available for meat this time around. I mean, I'm one of these that I like a good barbecue, but they're doing like dry goods, so it's like dry goods. So it seems they don't have anything decent, so I'm gonna have to check the other place real quick, but still it's like, so. But anyways, otherwise, Jenna, like I said, I'm just quite content. The big savings book. I'm trying to find meat, I just wish you could just sort it out and be like meat, Sweet jumbo cookies, forget that. But anyways, I gotta get going, everyone, so I can get Moppy walked. Here we go. Meat. So bacon's on sale. That's it. Oh, and sausages. So sausages are on sale. I guess it's sausage month. Let's see. Jimmy, yeah, sausage. It's pork. So it's a pork month. I guess because it's winter, everyone wants pork. $4.99 a pound for ham. Like, it's not even ham month. London broil. Yeah, that's nice to know. Yep, see? Well, everyone, like I said, seems unless I want to check Fred Meyer's out, which means take a trip on Friday, I'm going to have to wait a week for groceries. So, yeah, exactly, Jenna. So, with everyone around, you've heard everything, you've done everything, you've seen everything for tonight, post comments down below what you think I should do. In the meantime, please add and subscribe, please post comments, leave feedback, suggestions, just keep it nice. Thank you so much for tuning in, And I will do another update video later. Hit that like and subscribe button. It's wholesome fun even for the family. Thanks for watching, Buttercups.